Hey, what up, Luau?
This message is for the Luau. I hope that I'm saying that right. This message is for the Luau.
Welcome in, guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another live Luau show in a long week. A long week. A lot of deaths this week. A lot of highs. San Diego Comic-Con was this week. We lost 3, some people say 5 stars and iconic stars. Not just some. Iconic big names passed away this week. We had another huge Marvel movie, Fantastic Four, hit theaters. How well did that do? Also with San Diego Comic-Con, you're going to see a lot of new things pop up, a lot of new figures, 6 scale, Funko Pops, etc. We also had the collectible swap Halloween edition this past weekend. If you missed those videos, please go check them out. 15 channels, 15 videos. It was one of the best boxes I ever got. I really, truly enjoyed it. Set me on another wild string trying to complete the metallic. So these little metallic figures are at Five Below, and they're fabulous. This is die-cast. Die-cast. It's fabulous stuff, and they have the whole collection, so you can check that out at fivebelow.com. But please go check out the videos. They're a lot of fun. Collectible swap number 20 Halloween edition. Came out yesterday and today. 15 total channels did them. So please go check out. And if you want to join, keep your eyes peeled in early September to Caitlin's Crafts and Collectibles. And the announcement for the holiday Christmas swap is always the big one. And that will be announced sometime in September. So keep that. Hello to Quick Draw, Mama J, Jeremy Knapp. Hello. Travis Baker. Hello. So yeah, I mean, ominously, I guess we can talk about, a lot of, downward stuff this week, that first started on Monday with the loss of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Some people will know him as the surgeon from The Resident, and people along my level or older will remember him as Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show. Great actor, drowned, awful way to die is drowning. I don't know the real story. Someone said it was saving his kid. Other people said no, he got pulled in a rip current. However you look at it, unfortunately, did not make it. Awful way to die is drowning. But, an iconic figure. And I think a lot of stuff doesn't get brought up about him because of Bill Cosby. That show is iconic, and that show should live in reruns and syndication forever. Obviously, it doesn't, due to the fact of what Bill Cosby did in his personal life has sort of overshadowed the great show that it was. And it was a great show. I highly recommend you go check it out. I think it ran for 9 seasons, maybe 10, but I think it was 9 in the 80s, very early 90s. Fabulous show. Unbelievable. I have the whole collection. You can buy it on Amazon. Awesome. So that was the first domino that fell. And, I just remember him as Theo Huxtable. I enjoyed him in The Resident. He did other things, but those are the 2 that stick out in my mind. And then I think it was Wednesday, we lost Ozzy, which, is sad in its own right. And I think you're going to see tributes for the man, the Prince of Darkness, the King of Rock. I mean, he did a lot. Now, me personally, I did not grow up with rock. Ozzy did not come into my sort of radar. Now, I always knew who he was, Black Sabbath, etc. I knew who he was. I knew some of his songs, Mom, I'm Coming Home, etc. But I didn't really know who Ozzy was until the early 2000s at the Osbournes. That was it for me. It was the Osbourne show. That's how I knew who Ozzy was. And I loved Ozzy, and they went on that shtick of the commercials. I don't know if you guys can go back and remember or view the Pepsi Twist commercials. He was funny. He was loads of laughs. Just tremendously funny from his walk to everything. I think it was a great show. I don't remember 3 or 4 seasons of the Osbournes. Always was touring, doing everything he did. And then, then at that point started to, look at his music and the history of what he did. And he did a lot, Icon obviously, was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2020, a lot of health things, was able to do that last concert in early July. But, just trouble, Parkinson's no joke. You always had health issues on top of that. So, I mean, you're looking at an icon of icons, definitely will be missed. And, people always say it comes in threes. Now, someone said there were 5. I don't know the other 2. I'm not familiar with who they were. There was another gentleman and and a lady. I don't know who they were. And then Thursday, the word came down that the Hulkster Hulk Hogan passed along. Now, a lot of skeptical as far as some people say he was in intensive care for like 6 weeks, and then they snuck him to his house and then eventually passed away at his house. I don't know the whole story. Obviously, definitely people will say they love him. A lot of people will say they hate him, from political beliefs to racial slurs at times. The porn movie and decisions that he made. It is what it is. Truth be told, if you are in your 40s, your 50s, you grew up with Hulk Hogan. Whether you loved professional wrestling, followed professional wrestling or not, you knew who he was. He was a household name. And professional wrestling would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, Vince McMahon, and everything like that. And I mean, you find different stories out. I did not know the Rocky III story. I always thought he was a WWF champion at the time. And I only am finding out that Rocky III, unbeknownst to me, was early 1982. He left WWF, whatever, run by Vince Sr., to go do the movie. He was fired, went and did the movie, got popular. Vince Jr. took over, and the rest is history off of that. But he brought it into your rooms and did a lot. Was he the best wrestler? Absolutely not. No, he was not the best wrestler. He was the biggest draw and the biggest name. That is who he was. He is no doubt about it on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. He was not the best wrestler by any stretch of the imagination. He put on a show, did his shtick, and it worked, and people loved it. Then he went to WCW, then the NWO, and then he went to TNA and did everything that he did. And, the sad thing for Hulk Hogan is his body took the ramifications of it. 20 plus surgeries on back and everything like that. You could tell he was always laboring and in pain to walk and move. Awful stuff. Same thing with Ozzy. Ozzy did the surgery and it didn't work out for him and paid the price for that. Hogan, steroids not, who knows, right? Who knows? But his body and taking that abuse over the years, because back then they were doing a lot more shows than they're doing these days. And he did it. He loved it. And he will be remembered for it. So big shouts out to those 3. Definitely icons of icons, without a doubt. And they will be missed, but they will be remembered forever. I mean, these are names that aren't going anywhere, especially Ozzy and Hogan. They're lack of a better term, the gods of their business. Malcolm Jamal Warner will always be remembered as a great actor for the Cosby Show. Unfortunately, with Bill Cosby, I think it's tarnished that show because I think it's a show that still stands up and still very, very good to watch. But unfortunately, Bill just kind of ruined that. Anyway, those are the 3 that we lost. I thought I'd remember them. And for me, I never saw Ozzy in concert. I don't have any memories as far as that go. Like I said, for me, Ozzy started with the Osbournes in the early 2000s. Then I knew who he was or anything like that. So that's my love for Ozzy and my knowledge of Ozzy, and a history of history, really, truly. Jamal Warner, same thing. Cosby Show, grew up with it. Hogan, a little different. Hulk Hogan, I actually saw live one time. and it was at Hershey Park Arena. I can't remember when it was. Was it 80s, 90s, something like that? It might have been like 89, 90, in that range. And they were filming Saturday night's main event. Now, back then, it wasn't live TV. Like, we filmed it, and you didn't see it show up on a Saturday night's main event for months. But it was the Saturday night's main event that lives in the history books because the Honky Tonk Man and Macho Man Randy Savage, and that's where Miss Elizabeth went and got Hulk Hogan and brought Hulk Hogan out, and the formation of the Mega Powers was right there in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Granted, it happened live months before it actually happened on TV, but that's how it used to be done back in the day. It's not like it is today. There was no internet, no one talking to say, we saw this. It didn't exist. But I was there that night to watch it, and that was just a memorable moment, sitting in the stands and watching that live. And when Real American hit, you just knew what you were going to get. And watching them on the pay-per-views, going to WCW and the Hogan Flair match, and then the NWO is just, what are you going to say? And then he comes back to WWE, which I don't think they should have really had him win a title, but they did. It is what it is. But those are my memories of them, and they'll live in the history books and the lore forever. And then you look at Mama J, who is an Ozzy fan, saw Ozzy 5 times as part of her soundtrack of life. And let's face it, I mean, when you see these live moments or you meet these people, they are the soundtrack of your life. You will never forget that moment. To this day, I remember sitting with my mother and my friend Tony watching Hulk Hogan being drugged to the ring by Miss Elizabeth and him hitting that ring. To this day. It is a memory that you don't get. It doesn't leave you. Concerts don't leave you. I was picking my daughter up at Hershey Park, and Pantera was playing at the stadium. And I sat there and listened to Pantera, and sure enough, Let's Do This for Ozzy. And then just the stadium just erupted. You could hear the roars for Ozzy. It's just someone that means the world to a lot of people and will never be forgotten. So, as we move over there, yes, remember those people. They are the soundtrack of your life, and always meet your heroes. I think Hogan, unfortunately, over the years, from political beliefs to racial slurs to sex tapes to everything, I think tarnished himself a little bit, but understand who he was in the 80s and 90s. We all make mistakes. Some people can look past that. Other people can't. But, I mean, he was your childhood. He really was. So, if you love professional wrestling, if not, you knew him, and I don't think wrestling would be where it is today without him. So we move on, and let's move on to one of my favorites, Ralphie's Funhouse. Please check out Ralphie's Funhouse. Use code Luau and save yourself some money. When obviously a whole bunch of pops from Fun Days. Looks like some con stuff as well. Rocky Moto is something a little bit different than you may see. Labubu's, Fun Days Experience, and etc. like that. A lot of different stuff at Ralphie's. And this is the first time I'm seeing that they had Rocky Motos. Obviously, you're surprised, slur prize with the Peanuts and these other figures. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of Rocky Moto. I don't like the figures. I've tried them. I've opened them. They're just not for me. I don't care for them. Looking at this selection here, does nothing for me. That's just me. For me, they don't work. Thrilljoy, far superior product in my mind. These, they're not hitting for me. But if you need them, Ralphie's got them. You got Labubu's, Pop Marts Express, tons of stuff there. So please check out Ralphie's Funhouse. And people talk mystery boxes. He does have a mystery box always available right here. Your guaranteed Freddy mystery box. So, I mean, if you're cramming and desiring a mystery box, right there you go. And right here you have another one, the guaranteed overvalue 4-pop mystery box, right? So if you want a Freddy box, you can get a Freddy box. If you want a regular mystery box, look at that. Just hop in. I want to get 110 mystery box. It's $100, 4 pops. There you go. Boom, mystery box. You want a Freddie in one? Hey, all right, here you got 165 with a guarantee, or 165 guaranteed for $150, 275 for $250, and you get a Freddie in that box. So there are still mystery boxes available. There's Fig Pins, Funko, all sorts of stuff. Please check them out. You have in stock, brand new, loved, etc. There you can sort of see them all, from cases to all sorts of stuff. Curtis has a lot of stuff. So please check him out. You can hop on. He even has protectors out the yin yang. If you need protectors, whatever you need, Ralphie's Funhouse can supply you with what you need. So there you go. Shouts out to Ralphie's Funhouse. I also talked a little bit about the box office. Again, Fantastic Four debuted. How did it do? Well, I guess I could say it did pretty well. $118 million. Superman falling to number 2, bringing its 3-week haul to 289. Jurassic World Rebirth 4-week haul sitting at 301. You had F1 165, Smurfs tumbling out there. I Know What You Did Last Summer, not doing well either. The horror movies really not doing well. From Megan to I Know What You Did Last Summer, reboot. 28 years later didn't do too bad, right? Lilo and Stitch did really good. Ilio, not really great. Thunderbolt sitting at 190. There's Megan, 24 million. Megan 2.0. Not really a good stories. Now, is it because it's kind of like a horror movie and you're not quite into Halloween? Although go to your stores, guys, because the Halloween candy is starting to show up. I saw Halloween candy this weekend. No pumpkin items, though. I didn't see pumpkin out the yin yang yet. Well, I look forward to pumpkin. I'll be quite honest with you. Those little Pepperidge Farm cookies with the pumpkin cream. And I'm sure you'll see a note soon from Starbucks letting you know when the pumpkin lattes will be available. But I mean, Fantastic Four, I did not go see it. I am not a Fantastic Four fan. I will not go to see this in the movie theaters. I don't care how much people say it's good. This is completely a stream or watch at home service for me. But 118 domestically, 100 million internationally for a $218 million haul for a weekend. Not bad. Not bad at all. You look at Superman. I'm hearing great things about Superman. Already hitting 502. So, again, those are really respectable numbers for Superman, So, not a bad time over at the box office. Go check it out. Jurassic World Rebirth, 718 worldwide. Is it going to hit that 1 billion worldwide? I don't know. It may not make it. And I'm on record to tell you that for me, this is my personal opinion because I went to the movie to see this. This is the worst Jurassic Park movie of the franchise. The great Scarlett Johansson could not save this movie, period. The last one wasn't great, but the last one had the whole cast from all the movies, and it made it work. This one, they had nothing to go on. Lackluster story, a cast that just couldn't hold up to ScarJo, and it's just a very, to me, disappointing movie. Yeah, it's worst of the series for me. Worst of the series. We'll see how you guys think about that, but that's just me. That's my opinion. Ryan Milky in the chat. We got Poppin' in the Show Me State. And guys, talking about Poppin' in the Show Me State. Right? I don't know if he's working on them. I don't know if he's not working on them. I don't know if he'll do them. I don't know if he won't do them. But it's getting close to the holiday season. And Charles can pop this kind of stuff out. Check it out. There's a lot he can do with wood. Please. Check him out. Order some if he'll make them for you. We can talk this one. Happy Gilmore 2, breaking the internet. Again, a lot of streams. It started on Friday. I did see it. Number one, let's face it. You have, 29 years difference? Is it 29 years? 96. Yeah, 29 years from Happy Gilmore to Happy Gilmore 2. Off the cuff, I didn't like the one, and I'm not going to give spoilers away. I didn't like the one start of it with the one character. I didn't like it. It works. I get it. I didn't like it. I thought they were tough, painted into a corner because I think they really wanted to do Chubbs, and then he died when it was written, and they had to rewrite and do stuff. I liked his kids. I liked MJF, the AEW wrestler. I thought that was good. I thought it was funny. There were some howling points for me. My wife is not a Happy Gilmore fan. She did put it on. I laughed a couple times. There's the cemetery scene. I mean, the end of that one. Again, I'm not gonna give it away. Hilarious. It was nice to bring back the characters. He plays homage to a lot of people. In a lot of respects, it was a good watch movie at home on Netflix. That's what I'll say about it. Did I love it? No. Does it hold a candle to Happy Gilmore 1? Absolutely not. Does it capture the magic of Happy Gilmore and make you feel good in a great, hour and a half, 2 hours spent? Yes, it does. Is it far superior to Jurassic Rebirth? Absolutely. So please check it out. If you loved Happy Gilmore, you will like this movie. You will laugh. It is funny. There are things I did not like about it, no doubt about it, but it captures the magic and is definitely worth seeing. You have Poppin', the Milkman saying they enjoyed the first half. Second half was bad. I didn't like the new golf thing. That didn't work for me. I just didn't care for it. You tried to capture some stuff. What is up, Pops with Purpose? He did it. This is what Adam Sandler is now. I think we love Adam Sandler then, but we don't have Adam Sandler then. We have Adam Sandler now, and Adam Sandler now is now. Still funny. I like that he incorporated his wife, his 2 daughters. You had his normal people he brought back, and that's his shtick. I like it. It works. It's a nice story and works. That's what I'll say. It's a watch. I didn't pay for it. It's on Netflix, and I watched it from home. All those factors, it makes it work for me. That's what I'll say about it. It makes it work for me. So I highly recommend checking it out. Also, what's Untamed? Netflix. I'm 3 episodes into Untamed. There's 3 more. Not bad. Eric Bana, the dude from Jurassic Park. I'm liking it so far. Untamed. I believe that's Netflix as well. So check out Untamed. Not bad. Not bad. And we're only a few weeks away from Wednesday season 2, first half coming. We get a little bit closer to Stranger Things. I know it's a long way, but did you guys see the episodes and the times? Literally every episode I'm hearing is over 2 hours long. That's like its own movie, right? I'm no joke. I'm going to take a day or 2 off because it's the week of Thanksgiving. Just to watch it. New Year's Eve, the ball drop can go drop somewhere else. I could care less. I'm watching Stranger Things. Yeah, it is a long finale too. Long finale. 8 p.m. New Year's Eve. Also, for you sports fans, we get a little bit closer to NFL football. We're only a little over a month away, and you get a little bit closer to that fantasy football time. A lot of people get really excited about that. I am one of them. Looking forward to that. Also looking forward to Wednesday. That should be a really, really good one. I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun times. Fun times. All right, let's talk about other fun times. We talked about that. Let's look at Funko World and SDCC. SDCC this year dropped some, but I also want to throw out some of this because I honestly think this company had the best. Again, I think it was in the world of Funko, in the world of maybe collectibles, in the world of SDCC. I think this was a little bit of a boring con, right? That's just me. I think it's a little bit of a boring con. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go into it. First, let's talk about Funko. So here's San Diego Comic-Con Funko, and to me, I mean, I got nothing. I have nothing really to say about it. A lot of the pops still available. I like the SpongeBob, kind of cool and sold out. You know, not bad. Considered a pop premium with that premium price. Another Stitch. This is the only one I really loved. I love Bing Bong, right? I'm not a word bubble person, but it makes sense. Take her to the moon for me, okay? As he's fading away. Great one. It's not the only Bing Bong, right? But I'm an Inside Out person, so that's one that I eventually will pick up. I mean, it's Spider-Man. There's Pop Onslaught. That's sold out. Biddy Pops. You had Herbie from Fantastic Four. What else did we have? I mean, here the bundle sold out really quick for $664. I just don't think they had a lot of the bundles. That's all I'm going to say. These are not, to me, hugely desirable items. You had the Huckleberry Hound Mystery. I mean, here's a Huckleberry Hound. Looks like an absolute redo of something. You know, I think we've seen that pop before. 2,000 piece glitter. Okay. You had your Batmans. Now, if you went to the con, they had those Batmans and Robins in the old packaging. That was kind of cool. Your lanyard sold out. Your Pop Moment sold out. The pin sold out. And the other pins sold out. But overall, I mean, for Funko, kind of lackluster, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. I think it's a very lackluster con. And for the idea of that, I mean, yeah, the Huckleberry Hound surprise. Okay. No sodas, you know, so for you people that think sodas are coming back, I think there's a pretty good telltale sign there. You know, you promote the Fantastic Four, but other than that, to me, very lackluster. Very lackluster. That's just me. However, this company I did not think did lackluster, and I'm talking about Thrill Joy, because they have a lot more that sold out. You know, now they had a big event with rare pieces. Check that out on Instagram. I know Captain Pops was there. He did some videos and stuff there, so you could check that out. You had Voltron sell out. 3 opportunities for chases on Voltron. I picked a Voltron up. You also had a Beavis and Butthead. That looked really cool. Sold out there. Adventure Time. People love that one. Garbage Pail. Sold out. Jason Voorhees. Batman sold out. Herman Munster. I'm a big fan of this one. I really love this one. Great chases. Also love the Jetsons. And that's pretty much what's there. You saw some previews of what's coming. The Hot Topic Art the Clown that sort of takes print, just like the Fun Day or Funko Shop one with the blood. So look for that coming to what is it, September? They normally have that event October. But I think these were definitely superior as far as your options that you could choose from. A lot sold out. Good stuff. I was a fan of Voltron. I love Voltron, so that's why I did that one. But I like this Beavis and Butthead. I think that's pretty cool. Right? Nice one. You also have a chance of the chases. So there's that Butthead one. And here is your Beavis. So some nice chases, nice stuff available. Thrill Joy doing it right. Please check them out. I thought they had a great con. For the company that they are, a great con. You also, I get a kick out of their apparel. It's unique shirts. You still have the Daria. They didn't really put anything new up there. The Velma, the Butthead, or the Beavis. A lot sold out, but some of this other stuff still available. I like the shirts. I think they're cool stuff. So that's what I'll say as far as Funko Thrill Joy and those kind of collectibles. You had, if you love the wrestling, the John Cena sold out. If you love Hot Wheels Matchboxes, man, you had a killer thing sell out. Going for huge money right now. I personally would not buy it at those kind of prices. Let's see if I can bring it up real quick. Excuse my eyes, guys. I mowed grass and it was very, very hot and sweaty. So it's gotten in my eyes, which becomes very irritating. But yeah, I mean, they always, Mattel Creations unlocks things. John Cena, this is awesome. All the belts he ever won, this sold out, but a fabulous figure if you're looking for that. The Hot Wheels Jaws 50th anniversary set looks fantastic. That sold out. But this is the one I'm talking about. This sold out in 7 minutes online. Currently, right now, this is $32. This is going for $150 to $250. It is Back to the Future. You have Dr. Emmett Brown, Enterprises with the DeLorean. It's got some pretty nice packaging to it, as you see there. Really, really nice stuff. Now, this is saying not going to be available to ship until the end of the year. What does that mean for you guys? Do not buy it now, because the only ones you're seeing buying it now is stuff that was at the con, right? So if you want this and you got to have it, wait till early in the new year. Wait till this comes out and people have it in hand. You're not going to get it for retail, but you're also not going to be paying $200 some for it. So I think in the end, hopefully maybe, March next year, as long as everything ships the end of the year, you're probably looking at maybe $100, $80 to $100 on this thing. But you need everyone to have it, and that's going to take your price down. But Mattel Creations really doing a great job with San Diego Comic-Con 2025. That's a great set. For people that snug it for $32, you were in a queue. You had to get lucky to get it. So it is what it is. They also had a couple other items. Tyrannosaurus Rex convention. This is sick. If you love your wrestling figures, this is fabulous. These, I think, still available if you want those. I don't know what they're doing with Masters of the Universe, but there that is. Jurassic World. This same thing from Hot Wheels. This looks awesome. Again, did sell out. So did this. A lot of stuff does. But another thing that came out is you do have some reveals when it comes to six scale figures. Galactus, The Thing, Invisible Woman, which beautiful figure. And it comes with Herbie. You have Mr. Fantastic. So all of those were released and pre-orderable. You can get it with Herbie or without. You had the Iron Man Mark III armor suit, Superior Iron Man, the James Bond Commando outfit. Now, this actually, if you want a James Bond, and I like this a little bit better if you're going to buy one. I don't like the tailoring of the suit version. This one actually is available in hand now. Not then, not in the future, now. But again, this is a really cool figure. If you love James Bond, I really think they should have done Quantum of Solace or the first one he was in, then go to the last film, but it is what it is. This is the one I'm going to pick up. I didn't love this film. No Time to Die. I didn't love it. That's just me. I think his films were really strong the first 2, 3, and then they kind of tanked. But you don't know if we're going to get another James Bond, and if you're not going to get one, then I think this is better than the suit version, in my mind. You could pick it up now, and you might actually get it this year. But that's not the one I want to talk about. The one I want to talk about is the one coming soon. This will go up for sale. Now, first, this is cool. The Crow. Not a hot toy, but the Crow. But this is the one that will be released for pre-order on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This Jareth is pretty cool, too. I am talking about Bank Robber Joker Artisan Edition. There he is. Now, this is one for you Hot Toys collectors. If I don't get the Artisan Edition, I'm all right with it, because there's going to also be the Sculpted Edition. Looks fantastic. The mask, the money. It looks fantastic. Again, this will go for pre-order 1 p.m. on Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. So the Artisan is going to be a harder figure to get, but if you want it, that's how you can get it. There's the Artisan. Very, very cool. Of course, if you want to get it right now, you can hop on over to Pop Collectibles, and you can pick it up now. At least pre-order it now. Again, interesting, this figure, and I don't know the story why this figure is not pre-orderable on Sideshow, but it is what it is. Something with it that's just not there yet. But here it is. If you want to get it, you can get it right now. Here's the Artisan Edition. Wool hair. Look at those eyes. The face sculpt is fabulous. Is the hair going to look like that in real life? I don't think it will. I really truly don't think it will. Only because the older Joker's hair did not look like these blogger photos in the end. But you look at the glass, the mask, the tailoring needs some work. I'll be honest with you. Tailoring on that jacket needs some work. But fabulous figure. You can pre-order right now for $546.18 USD. I will tell you that if you buy them from overseas, you're going to have to pay some fees on top of it, tariffs and all that good stuff. So keep that in mind. But this is an incredible figure. Cannot wait. Unfortunately, I have to wait a little bit longer to get this one. It is what it is. Yeah. Definitely a cool figure if you love Hot Toys. It's one for me. We are actually getting closer to adding another figure up here. Scarlet Witch Artisan Edition should be here this week or next. And I'm thinking we're going to put it right there, and we'll move Black Panther down. But if you don't see Artisan Edition, when I'm talking about the hair, it turns out a little bit more green with the Joker because the Artisan sits up there. Maybe I'll give you a little bit of look. We'll see. Can I do this? Can I do it? Let's see. It's hard to see, but it is a little bit more green of the hair. Where that one has some really nice shading. Just saying, we'll have to wait and see. The Galactus. Well, let us see. Let's see if it'll tell us. I would highly doubt it. I think it'll be bigger. There it is. Let's see if it gives any descriptions. And it may not. It may not really tell us anything about it. It does say LED lights that glow. It'll definitely be bigger than the figures. Very similar to how Thanos was, I think. But I think because it doesn't give much information on it, unfortunately. Yeah, not many pictures either. Probably because you technically, it's not for pre-order yet. But, yep. I mean, I would think it'll be very similar to how Thanos was. And you can see Thanos kind of behind me where it does, if you see Thanos there, they're sitting identical things, Thanos to all of them. And you can definitely see there is a height difference. So they'll make them big. Giggity. Everyone talks about that. So Jon Snow, Game of Thrones, they do statues. They have never done 6-scale figures yet. I don't know why. My understanding right now is companies have a license for certain things, but not for 6-scale. I would think if anyone, it's going to probably be InArt, because InArt, being that it's under Queen Studios, it's in the UK. They own the Harry Potter rights. If anyone's going to have them, I think InArt would. They have Lord of the Rings. They have Harry Potter. Those are exclusives. But to this day, so far, nothing. And I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Speaking of which, some people ask this question because a lot of people look at this Joker that sits here, right? And a lot of people saying I'm waiting for the Joker 2.0s because all these companies, there's 2.0 figures coming all over the place. Keep in mind this factor. This does not only go for 6-scale collecting, it literally goes for anything. Jack Nicholson, who owns the rights to his likeness, to this day right now is not allowing anyone to use his likeness on anything. So right now, and I would think as long as he is alive, there is no Joker 6-scale 2.0s. There are no figures. There's no nothing. He has denied everything. Period. Nada. Zero. Because I know Hot Toys tried. Other people have tried. And then there's Jazz Inks who tried. And the answer has been no. So if you want a Jack Nicholson Joker, maybe you find somebody that's trying to sell them to think they are going to get a 2.0 and have a shot to do it. That would be my advice. Anyway, another thing to show you guys with Funko, because these are some ones that are out right now. These are commons. You can buy them on Funko.com, and I think they're awesome. Celebrating 30 years. Toy Story. 30 years. You have Al. You also have Andy playing with the two figures. That is a great one. We've never had Al. Awesome. Another one. Talk about ups. The Biddy Pop Town Up House with Russell. Fabulous. Love it. Wish they had the balloons, but what are you going to do? If you want a cool moment, keep it in box, keep it out of box. This Beetlejuice is priceless. You know, come on. You can't beat that. Look at that. That's insane. So well done. So well done. If you think that's good, you'll love this. Back to the Future celebrating 40 years. Look at that one. The flames, the license plate, Doc and Marty. It looks fabulous. Look at that. You can't beat that. Can't beat it. You also have Doc Brown in the DeLorean. You also have a bunch of the Toy Stories. There's a Sid, which I'll be quite honest with you, I think is a little bit lazy because the Sid is actually Freddie Funko is Sid. They did the Sid as a specialty series too. So it kind of takes away from the Funko NFT of Toy Story, but it is what it is. You had Woody on Bullseye, which was fabulous. Couple other ones for Toy Story celebrating 30 years. The Back to the Future stuff I think is awesome. You had that big huge thing that no one thought they'd make again. They did. So, just some stuff to look at. We also have some cool giveaways we're going to do. So we're doing 2 giveaways tonight. These are from Culture Fly. Great little figures here. Look at this. Each giveaway winner, I think, is going to win. Each giveaway winner tonight is going to win one of these. You got an Annabelle figure from Culture Fly. All right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. They also come in these little bitty tubs, right? So check them out. Again, we're going to do 2 winners giveaways tonight, and each one is going to win an Annabelle. So, and 1 other item or 2 other items, we'll see. I have some more of these mystery mini horrors. There they go on the back. Have you guys seen this one? Black Phone 2. Man, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Coming out this fall. Can't wait to get a hold of that one. That is actually a really good movie. I don't know if you can pull 2 off. You know, you're getting into that little bit of the supernatural stuff, kind of away from my realm of liking things, but it does look good. It does look good. I will do SummerSlam predictions. So we got a Megan. Megan's only 1 of 6. 1 giveaway is going to have a Megan with them. We're going to do 3 of the horror ones. Yeah, we do have SummerSlam coming, guys. SummerSlam will be in New York at MetLife Stadium Saturday and Sunday. I won't give all predictions. I will give you some of what I got. All right, so what's this one? This is a 1 of 12. And I think this is Get Out. Not bad. Cool figure. Cool figure. We got one more. We also have an unboxing from Zobi. We also have an unboxing from Mischief Toys. Also, if you're there, another one I want to tell you guys about, because for those of you who are my age, you would remember Mask from back in the day. They're redoing Mask figures, if you can believe that. Loyal subjects are redoing Mask figures. They were shown at, I think, a con earlier. They're available on Big Bad Toy Store. So if you're looking for them, they are incredible. The figures are better. The vehicles are better. It's awesome. I don't remember what number this was. It's just a 1 of 6. I think that's what, us, right? I think. Kind of cool. Again, not that I'm a huge horror person. But yes. Don't forget, we're going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to do 2 giveaways. Ugh. Let's see what I have from Mischief Toys. I forget what I do have. I don't remember all the time. Oh, this is the cat thing. Catchy. That's the cat. That's the cat. That's what the figure looks like. I'm not going to open it up, but there it is. Catchy. And I got that just because it's different. You know what I mean? It's just different. Gotta get something different. Our last unboxing comes from Zobi Collectibles. This is not a monthly box. This is just some pins I ordered. They have a lot of pins, and Zobi pins really going for some bucks lately, guys. They're going for bucks lately. And I think this was like a grab bag of pins. I think I got some that were rares. So right off the bat, you had, and I think I bought this one, little Terrifier pin, right? What else did I order? Critters. Look at that one. Little Critters. A Zobi Horror limited to 100 artist edition. So there's like an artist edition limited to 100 pins. This one's awesome. Limited to 100, rare, exclusive. Wild Thing. Bum, 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 bum. You make my heart sing. Great movie. Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth, maybe? I could be wrong what that is. I think it's Pan's Labyrinth. What else? Here's a limited of 250. I don't remember what that is. It makes me think of Platoon, but I don't know if that's what that is. Limited 400 pin Zobi Fright. Kind of cool. I got more. We got Krampus. Great pin. Pulp Culture limited to 200. I think that's Nicolas Cage, right? You got me. All right. Here's an older one. Artist edition limited to 100. Whatever that is. Sometimes I hop on Zobi. Oh, no, this is a cool one. Limited to 300. Joe Boo from Major League, baby. Awesome pin. Love that pin. And last one, limited to 400. I think I even have that one. So, some cool pins. Some cool ones. Some are keepers. Some I already have, actually. But there we go. And I think that one's going to get that one. Each giveaway tonight is going to include 3 items. One of them will be this Pan Labyrinth pin along with it, and one of them will be this platoon-looking thing. And we'll do that in a few minutes. I think all the things there is nothing for drop and NFTs. Obviously, there's still the arcade going on. So I'm actually playing in the arcade. I wasn't going to, but I am going to do that. So we'll see how that one goes. Who knows? Who knows? I guess, it'd be kind of cool. You guys want to see what's coming out with the videos for next week. And we do have some bangers coming. Again, please check out Collectible Swap videos. They are listed right now. There's a bunch of channels that have them. Please do not miss them. Go check them out. Go check out all 15 of them. It's really, really cool. And if you want to be in in the swaps, please pay attention to Caitlin's Crafts and Collectibles website in September. And yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Because sometimes I even forget about the content that's coming your guys' way, So, this coming week, tomorrow, a 110 Boom Loot Funko Grail Mystery Box plus market value all in one video. Wednesday, Breaking Bad signed Funko Pop Grail. Can't miss that. And then on Friday, Stranger Things Biddy Pop House. We unboxed that, and you get to check that out. That's a pretty cool item. That'll be Friday, and Friday being August 1st. Can you believe it? August 1st. August 1st. We're almost there. All right, so let's see if I can bring this up. Let's see. Now, SummerSlam, I'll be quite honest with you, kind of interesting because it's a 2-night event. The first time SummerSlam has ever been a 2-night event, which is kind of interesting. So let's see. All right, here we go. I'll bring you along with me. You guys want to know preview? I'm going to do preview. Interesting what changed. Honestly, Ryan, what changed my mind on the arcade is I went through stuff and I just put stuff for sale, and I have a good bit of stuff that's 5 cents, 10 cents. Why keep it? Why even sell it? It's not worth it. So I would just trade it in. Next thing you know, I'm like 62nd, something like that in the list. And then I say, well, why not? Because I don't want all of them sitting there, because what are they really doing? Right? I either sell them, and then what I decided to do was anything that was 15 cents and above, I would list. Anything 15 cents and below, I would get rid of. And that's what I've done. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it more to clean up the wallet and to clean up a lot of the backlog for many years of NFTs. That's really the only reason I'm doing it. I have no interest in the pop. I don't think it's going to be super valuable. It just is what it is. This is what it is. But obviously, I don't think we hear anything new from drop until August, and maybe we get 2 drops in August. And if I had to guess, that first drop is going to be something very low numbered. That's kind of like their MO. All right, let's get into SummerSlam. You guys want to know matches, where I think they're going to go. Let's go through it. All right, World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther and CM Punk. I personally would love to see CM Punk win the championship. I don't think it happens. I think Gunther holds on to that title, but I'd love to see it. Would love it. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Now, what toys me with this is Jade is going to go film some kind of movie, which makes me think I don't picture Jade to win this one. I honestly don't think she's ready. I'm not a Jade Cargill fan. I think she looks the part. She can't wrestle for shit. And Tiffany can. But we'll see. I could see him giving it to Jade on this one. I hope they don't, but I think this could go either way. Randy Orton, Jelly Roll, they'll win that match. That's kind of like a fun little watchy kind of match. Women's Tag Team Championship, I think they give this one to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I really do. I would keep it on the Judgment Day for when Liv gets back, but personally, I think they do Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. Eventually, I think Raquel and Roxanne get the belts back eventually. Reigns and Uso, I think they defeat Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. What I'm curious to see is what's going to be that main event of night one. Is it going to be Roman and Jay? Is it going to be Gunther and Punk? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. Does it matter? I think Karrion Kross wins it, but, anyway. Now, are these the real matches? Because they're saying that's all night one. I don't know. That's what they're saying. I would end it with Punk Gunther. Because I just had this idea that Punk Gunther, there's a lot of talk of Seth. Is he really hurt? Is it as bad as what people think it is? Blah, 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 blah. What I could see happening is if he can go, I think CM Punk wins the title. Seth cashes in. Seth wins the title. And you could go with that throughout the rest of the new year, till the new year. I have a feeling that's where they'll go, but we'll have to wait and see. That's my prediction on night one. So, night one, if Seth isn't ready and is not cashing in, Gunther wins. If he is cashing in, Punk wins the title and Seth cashes in. All right, night two, we'll save that one. We'll go from bottom to the top. Tag team championship. I think you leave it on the Wyatt 6, but this could be a match of the night. Really, really could. I personally would like to see Motor City Machine Guns or Andrade and Phoenix win, but I do think it sticks with the Wyatt 6. Dom, AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles wins this one. Put a little bit of Intercontinental title on him for now. I think Jacob Fatu beats Solo. I think they're just going to the moon with Fatu. But that's what I think happens that one. Women's Intercontinental Championship. If I can say, I really don't care. I'm not invested in this one. I just don't care. Maybe give it to Lyra, I guess. Why not? Have Becky do something else. Women's Championship, it's staying with Naomi for right now. I think it'll be a great showing. It could be a very good match. But in the end, that belt's going to stay with Naomi for right now. Your main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, street fight. I could see this going one of two ways. I could see somebody coming out to help John Cena and screw Cody Rhodes, and they keep the belt on Cena for a little bit more. I could also see this be the end, and maybe Cody turns heel a little bit and hits Cena with the belt to win it. And I could see that one. One of those two scenarios I think plays out. In my mind, I've seen enough of Cena being heel. I've seen enough of Cena as the champion. Remember in August, he's going to go away a little while because he has to promote whatever that show is on HBO. You know which one I'm talking about. It slipped my mind. So I think this is the time to put the belt back on Cody for now. That's just what I think. We'll see if it goes. I don't know. That's my predictions. Peacemaker, yes, Peacemaker. But that's my predictions. I think it could go a little bit of ways because I don't know the true state of Seth Rollins. Some people say it's a little bit of a work. He's hurt, but not that hurt. I don't know. He's not going to screw Gunther. He would more screw Punk. But we'll see. Ooh, there you go. Funko.com. I like it. It's a little sewer layer. Punk walking in with a mic. Gunther's walking out with the belt. If there's no Seth cash in, I think Gunther holds. If there is a Seth cash in, Punk wins. I think he's hurt, but I don't think it's to the level that it is because he's doing interviews. He's doing other stuff. We'll see, right? We'll see. All right. Let's give some giveaways and then answer some questions and take us out for the night. So we're going to do 2 giveaways. First giveaway is going to be this Pan's Labyrinth, Megan, the Annabelle figure. That's going to be giveaway number 1. Let me actually get a little post-it note so I'm ready with 1. Giveaway number 2, the platoon-looking sticker. a Wendy sealed common. This is no chance of chase soda for Peter Pan, and an Annabelle figure. All right. I'm going to ask a question. First one I see in the chat wins. I said I saw Hulk Hogan at Hershey Park Stadium. Who brought Hulk Hogan out that night? It's a very iconic event. Saturday night's main event. Maybe one of the most iconic Saturday night's main event of all time. Somebody brings Hulk Hogan to the ring. Who was that person? First person to see wins. It is some chick. But who? Mr. T, there it is. Travis Baker, congratulations. It was the great Miss Elizabeth. Travis, hit me on Instagram. Let me know address. Even though I have it, it just helps me keep everything straight. All right, number 2. Oh, here we go. Now, this could be a layup for somebody. We'll see. I talked about Ozzy, that I really only found Ozzy from the Osbournes. And I told you that there was a commercial that I loved Ozzy in. You should go watch it. What product was that commercial with? It was a product with his Jack Kelly and himself. What product was it? And I need specifics. There it is. He got it. Quick Draw McGraw, baby. Pepsi Twisted. We're not the kid. We're not your kids. We're the Osmonds. Holy shit, Sharon! And then it was the chick from the Brady Bunch's mom. So quick draw. You were first on it, just barely beating out Mama J, because I figured Mama J would be able to hit that one. So quick, congrats. Message me on Instagram, even though I have all your addresses. And those giveaways will go out to you. Yep, Carol Brady. God, I love it. The Osmonds were in it. That was a great commercial. Great commercial. Awesome stuff. All right. So I end it with you guys. Any questions, anything you want to ask, the floor is open. Please ask anything you want. I'll be as honest as I possibly can be. Again, it was a great show, guys. We will be back at least once, maybe twice in August with you guys. Definitely, big shout out to Malcolm Jamal Warder and his family, to Ozzy and his family, and Hulk Hogan and all the Hulkamaniacs and his family. You have icons of icons that sometimes you don't realize they're as real as you and me. And they've paid prices in their years, heavy, heavy prices to do what they've done. And whether it be, the drugs and alcohol, whether it be steroids, whether it be the just abuse on the body. And, they paid a price to entertain throughout these years. And they will be missed, but you're icons. You know what I mean? They're on Mount Rushmores. And people will say this, who is my Mount Rushmore of wrestling, right? Because I'll tell you, Hulk Hogan is a sports entertainer, maybe one of the best. And the money, and he would draw money. He was not anywhere near top of wrestlers. For me, my Mount Rushmore, you got to put Hulk Hogan. Grew up with him. You got to put Ric Flair. You got to put Bret Hart. And if I'm going 4, I'm going Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Hogan, and Flair. If you let me put a 5th up there, I got to put one of my favorite wrestlers today, and that would be Kenny Omega. Awesome, Bosco. Yes, hopefully you enjoyed that one. Yes. Gorgeous George, man. We're going back there. We're going back. Yes. Yes. Also, guys, for people, that I see that have YouTube channels. Quick Draw, Popping in the Show Me State. You know what I mean? Bosco Pops. If you guys are interested, I would implore you to try the Collectible Swap Christmas Edition. You'll love it. It's a lot of fun. Do we see a TNA invasion in 2025? If you do, you're going to see it on NXT, not on the main roster. They just don't view TNT on that main roster. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but TNT just kisses WWE's ass. Just is what it is. I will watch the Hardys versus the Dudleys for one last time, but it's nostalgic only. Let's be realistic. At their ages, they can't do anywhere near the stuff they can do years ago. But I'll watch it for nostalgia. Coco Beware, yep, Jim Duggins, Hillbilly Jim. This is what I grew up with, and you know what I learned was I did not know. I always thought that Hogan was champion when he went and did Rocky III. Come to find out, listen to Sergeant Slaughter talk, that Hogan actually wanted to go do Rocky III in 1982. And he was offered the role, and Vince McMahon Sr. said, no, you're not going to do the movie. Hogan said, I know what this movie will do. I'm going to go do it. And he went, and Vince McMahon Sr. fired him. He went and did the movie. Obviously, we all know how Rocky III did. Tremendous. He then went to the AWA, worked with Vern Gagne and his son Greg, got better. Vince McMahon Jr., as you all know Vince, took over, brought Hogan back. He won the championship in 84, and the rest was history. From promotions to crowd draws, he did it all. So you will even hear Ric Flair say he is the top of the top of sports entertainers because he drew money. And in pro wrestling, that's what it's all about. Flair, I think, was the better wrestler. I think Brett was the better wrestler of all of them. And then you got to put Stone Cold up there as well. And then Omega, I just love Omega. I think, his talent is unmatched. Would love to see Kenny Omega go to WWE just to have one WrestleMania moment, but I don't think we'll ever see it. Who else got some questions? What else you guys got? I think it'll be a cool night of wrestling SummerSlam next week, though. Yes. Hulk Hogan loved to do Japan. He would go over there and do tours and everything. Loved Japan. And then WWF got him back. And Vince saw in him what needed to be seen. And he knew what he could do with him. His mindset, Hogan, together was money. Travis, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your evening. And have a wonderful, safe week. NFL crock pot recipes back for the season. If you guys want it, and when we do a show in the month of September, October, sure, we can bring crock pot meals back. And I'll give you guys a meal right now because this is honestly my go-to meal. And I make it a few times a year. Go get yourself a roast. If you want a London broil, get a London broil. Get any kind of chuck roast you want. That's all you need to do. Get your crock pot. Put a little grease in the crock pot. Put your chuck roast in the crock pot. What you need is 1 pack of all juice seasoning. Dump that on top of your beef. 2, 1 pack of ranch. Dump that on top of your beef. 3, 1 stick of butter. I personally like the Irish butter that you're seeing all in stores right now. It's more expensive. I like it better. Put that on top of the beef, on top of all the seasonings. Then take some pepperoncino peppers, whole ones, not cut up. Put them on top of the meat and in around and everything like that, and let that puppy go. I prefer 8 hours low. You could do 4 hours high. I prefer 8 hours low. I just think it tenderizes it a little bit more, and you're gonna have a wonderful, wonderful meat. It's a great pull that beef, put it in that sauce because all the natural juices are in there. It's fabulous. If you want to add a little cut potatoes, you can. I don't. You want to add a little mushrooms, you can. I don't, but you can. So there's a little crock pot recipe for you. Plant-based? Yeah, you can do that. You can use London broil. If you want to have stewed beef, you can use that. If you want to chuck roast, you can do that. There's a lot of ways to do it, but the au jus with the ranch and the peppercino peppers, it hits, man. It smacks, as the youngsters like to say. I'm also a fan of when pumpkin comes out, pumpkin bread, and you make a cinnamon bread pudding in the crock pot, which is just fabulous. A lot of hate is put on Hulk Hogan for his personal of what he's done towards the end of his career, right? He made a racial slur. People call him a racist. His political things, yes, doesn't make great choices. The porn video, bad life choices. The cheating and everything that happened with his first wife, awful, awful, nasty divorce. Was married to the second. I don't know what happened with his second wife. You know, they lasted a good bit. Third wife, they really weren't married that long, but he just made some bad choices. You know what I mean? Just some bad choices. Things happen. What do you have? Any other questions, guys? Comments? Concerns? Again, go to your Five Below, guys. Get some of these. These are die cast Nightmare Before Christmas figures, $5 Jada toys. These are die cast. It's insane. $5. Awesome. Five Below has them. Check them out. Ooh, photo ID. I did not. No, interesting. Yeah, I mean, he makes some dumb comments, you know. So it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, he didn't take many chair shots, didn't do many blood. That was never his shtick. But he took a lot of bumps over and over and over again, and I think that killed his back and his legs and his knees. But you know, it is what it is. Steroids, that's a whole nother topic. I mean, let's face it, it's not good for you. And a lot of people don't. I choose to not really, I'll be honest with you. I didn't do much with Hogan from about 2000. I didn't really care for him much. I didn't watch TNA, so I didn't have much feelings for him in TNA. I didn't do much or care too much about his appearances and everything lately. I didn't like when he came back in 2002, 3 and beat Triple H for the world title. I didn't care for that. For me, Hulk Hogan was the 80s and 90s, mid 80s to right at the end of the 90s when the NWO ran its course. That to me was Hogan. And for me, if I had an end point, I would probably say when he came back as Hollywood Hogan and he had the match with The Rock at WrestleMania 18. That's it. That's what I'll say. But he was my childhood in professional wrestling. Really was. They're awesome. I mean, Jada toys. I mean, when you're getting a die-cast figure painted that well for $5, I mean, that is a steal. Unbelievable steal. Live next week. No, I will not be live next week. If I had to say, I think we'll be live. If I had to throw it out there, in 2 weeks. No, I won't be in 2 weeks from now either. No. So I am on in 2 weeks. Anyone in the Chicago area, hit me up. I'm actually in Chicago August 11, 12, and 13. So right downtown Chicago, I will be there. So it won't be next week, won't be the following week. We're probably not going to do a live, guys, until the 18th of August. 18th of August will be our next live. I forgot about a travel I'm doing. So yeah, better than a beer commercial. Absolutely. Yeah, preseason snoozers are almost here. I'm not big on the facsimile things, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. For people that are dead, I mean, it kind of puts a nice little twist to it, but it's like, eh. Absolutely, Ultimate Warrior, was great. Absolutely. Then it was Stone Cold, and Stone Cold was next level. I just don't think you're going to see a star like Hogan was. I mean, Hogan was just the epitome from 1984 when he won the title all throughout the rest of the 80s. He lost it a little bit to, he'd lose to, or Macho Man came in there and did it. You saw the start of the Undertaker towards the end of his run, but he was the guy. Now there's multiple guys. There it is. Make sure you guys check out Ryan Milkey for his wrestling predictions this week. Yeah, I mean, people will always tell you don't maybe want to meet your heroes. I think the Ultimate Warrior was like that. I think he was a very strange dude. If you can go back, listen to the Kevin Nash podcast. Kevin Nash talks about when he lived in Phoenix, and that's where the Ultimate Warrior lived, and he had a gym, how you would avoid him, and just weird stuff. He was a very, very weird individual. Steroids too. But yeah, it's just a very unique, different individual. All right, guys, on that note, so yes, we will be live. Thoughts on W swooping up the podcast? Not a surprise. They want a lot under their umbrella, and you have people that work for them, so they make the deal and it works. So not really a surprise there on the podcast. No. You always want as much as you can under your umbrella. So I get it. But there it is, guys. We're going to call it a night. Remember, we will be live in 3 weeks. August 18th, Sunday, August 18th is when we'll be live. Hit me up. Be well. Be safe. And we'll see you then, guys. Enjoy your videos throughout the week. Some good ones. Till then, I'm the Luau, guys. Good morning, good evening, and good night.